China is huge, colorful, ancient. So this is China. Ancient. Does anyone know what that word ancient means? Kind of looks like the word antique. Ancient means really old. China is a big country in Asia. It has more people than any other country. More than 1 billion people live there. And you can see this right here is China. China is about the same size as the United States. So the United States is located right here. China is right here. China is almost as big as the United States. There are different types of land in China. China has tall mountains and flat plains. Many rivers crisscross the country. The longest river is called the Yangtze River. It flows for more than 3,900 miles. Or if you're dealing in the metric system, that is 6,276 kilometers. Farmers grow food on plains called terraces. Terraces are flat fields cut into hills. So you can see here that this right here is how rice is grown, and these little steps that you see are called terraces. This is quite different than what we're used to seeing, which is just large areas of land that are flat. Here it's almost like everything is, it's like steps. China's main crop is rice. Many Chinese people live in Beijing. It's the capital of China. Beijing has many tall buildings. It is the second largest city in the country. The largest city is Shanghai. It has some of the world's tallest buildings. And maybe kind of a cool exploration activity, if you have it, is to compare what Beijing and Shanghai, how are they alike and similar, and how are these cities similar or different to some of our major cities here in not only the coast, like Gulfport, Biloxi, or Goshe, Pascagoula, but also what do these cities look like in comparison to some of our major cities like New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta? Many languages are spoken in China. Most people speak Mandarin. More people speak Mandarin than any other language in the world. Wow, that is amazing fact. Can you believe that? Mandarin Chinese is the most spoken language in the entire world. This is how you say hello in Mandarin. Ni hao. This is how you say thank you. Xie xie. Chinese writing uses special symbols. Each symbol stands for a word. Here are the Chinese symbols for boy and girl. Ancient Chinese is written in columns. The symbols are called characters. So this is very different than the English language, where we have sounds that make up letters and letters which make up words. In this case, a picture or a symbol represents a word. Many inventions come from China. Long ago, clocks were invented there. Toilet paper and fireworks came from China too. Noodles were invented in China 4,000 years ago. Did you know that? That clocks, toilet paper, fireworks, and noodles, all four of these things that we use if not every day, every year in the United States, come from China. People in China eat many kinds of food. Dumplings are very popular. They are dough stuffed with vegetables or meat. Chinese people often use chopsticks to eat their food. Have you ever used chopsticks? You may have tried at a Chinese food restaurant. Lots of holidays are celebrated in China. One of them is Chinese New Year. People dance with big paper dragons. Children carry red lanterns and march in parades. This sounds sort of like what we do on the coast in terms of the parades. We celebrate parades too around Mardi Gras. So that's a similarity between our culture and Chinese culture. What is maybe a difference between maybe Southern Coast culture and Chinese culture? Can you think about maybe the colors that we see often during these times? Compare Chinese New Year and Mardi Gras. Yeah, you might have thought about the fact that in China you see a lot of red. Red is actually a color for good luck. With Mardi Gras, we see purple, yellow or gold, and green. We also see in China, we see a lot of dragons and fireworks. And with Mardi Gras, you'll see lots of beads and masks. There is a huge ancient wall in China, and it stretches thousands of miles. It was built to keep out enemies from the north. Millions of people visit the Great Wall each year, and they come from all over the world. Here's a fun fact. Did you all know that the Great Wall of China can actually be seen from space? It can. Google it. The fastest train in the world is in China. It is the Shanghai maglev train. The train uses super strong magnets to float above its tracks. The Shanghai maglev train can go more than 300 miles per hour or 483 kilometers per hour. I want you to think about that, how fast that is. 300 is not only a super big number, but think about that. If we're going 60 miles per hour on the freeway, think about how much faster that is than our own car. If you did some quick math, 60 times 5 is 300. That means that this Shanghai maglev train goes 5 times faster than a car going 60 miles per hour or what we would see on a highway. That's really fast. And not only that, it floats above tracks that are used by magnets. What else is special about China? It's the only place where giant pandas live in the wild. These big animals are loved by the Chinese people. Pandas eat a type of grass called bamboo. Here are some fast facts. Beijing is the capital city. Mandarin is the main language. The money, or you might see the word currency. The currency or money used is called the yuan. Major religions are Buddhism, Taoism, Christianity, and Islam. Neighboring countries are Russia, Vietnam, India, and Mongolia. Did you know that the most popular hobby in China is stamp collecting? It is. There were some words that we utilized throughout this text, and these are just a review. Capital is a city where a country's government is based. Do you all know the capital of Mississippi? Yeah, the capital of Mississippi is Jackson, and that's for our state. That's our state capital. But do you know our nation's capital? Our nation's capital is Washington, D.C., and it's located on our eastern coast. A crop is a plant that is grown for food. Do you remember what the most popular crop is that was grown and harvested in China? Yeah, rice. Do you remember what it's called, the farmland, and how they farm it? Those steppes? You might even see the vocab term on the page. Terraces, yes. Terraces are where rice is harvested, planted, and grown. Inventions. Inventions are new things that people have created. What 4 inventions were surprisingly, we found out, were come from China? Do you know, can you name all 4? Fireworks, noodles, clocks, and toilet paper. Parades. Parades are groups of people walking together as part of a ceremony or a festival. Remember, we said this was a lot like Mardi Gras. So as we close out, I wanted to show with you a few different activities that you might be able to try from home with some of the things that you have. So maybe you want to create a Chinese New Year lantern. If you take a flat piece of paper and you cut slits through the middle and wrap it around, this makes a simple Chinese New Year lantern. Do I have any bakers out there? These are made from cupcake holders that are folded in half and create a dragon.